What else I need to ask you? Let's talk about this. This is off the thing. I was taking. You've always, what I've been impressed with you. I mean, and a lot of my dealings with you. I mean, we've worked together. We've played, not nearly enough, but we talk a lot. We've talked a lot over the years, and I've learned at least as much from those conversations, just about playing this music, about being a jazz musician, about being African American, about being a Philadelphian, about all kinds of things. Where do you think the music's going? I guess I say this because there's some younger cats, and not to go back to the New York thing, but there's a new kind of groove that's going on. There's a type of bass playing that's real on top and aggressive. There's a type of harmony that's real clashing and decidedly different. You know, there's this other stuff going on, and I'm one of these guys. You know, I'm not as old as you, but I'm in my mid-40s. I kind of caught the tail end of what I think was more traditional. And I find myself like defending the old, or whatever, or
well,
I don't know. What do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
What is that?
I don't think you have to defend the old. It's always going to be there. It's there. That's the foundation for people who want to go out. And you can go out, but, you know, what do you come back to? You know, and the people who really go out, and I'm just saying out because, for lack of a better word, you can't really go out there unless you know what it was like to be. And you don't have to defend it. I think it's always going to be here. You have people, these are different times, and young people have to express themselves in whatever way they choose. Not necessarily what we would like is what they will like, you know. But it's always good if they have a foundation. And even if they don't, that music is here. You know, the music that I love. Not that I don't love what they're playing, because I want to see them grow. It's like a baby. You know, you have a baby, and the baby's trying to walk, and sooner or later you're going to have to let him try it on his own. But he's still walking. I mean, I don't care whether he takes 2 steps forward and falls, or he takes 4 steps forward and falls. The baby's still walking.
Or and he walks with a little swagger in it.
Or whatever, he's still walking, and you gotta let him walk and encourage them. You know, I'm not knocking.
This is interesting, because I don't know, but that's okay. This is another time. See, I don't really know what else to say when you're coming alive. Okay, all right, let me throw this out. Like I said, this whole Philadelphia overview, what I've noticed is, like I say, I'm not from here. Philadelphia not only has a strong jazz thing, they also have a strong gospel scene. They also have a definitely strong rhythm and blues scene. I mean, there was one time when the Gamble and Huff era, I mean, all of the R&B, all of the popular stuff, just a lot of music came out of there. And do you think that affects the musicians, the way they play? You think that helps bring about a certain type of jazz? I guess going back further, like let's say the 50s, the whole organ phenomenon, I know there was a lot of that here. Just talk about maybe the melting of maybe different styles and how that has or maybe hasn't affected jazz. Is that a weird question?
I don't know if I exactly, understand what you're saying. You mean how does the gospel influence the jazz, or the jazz influence the gospel?
Let's take your career, for example.
Okay.
I don't know what came first, but I know you had success with the combo where you were playing organ and Stanley was playing the saxophone. That whole, for lack of a better word, that kind of gut bucket, chicken syrup type of thing, that definitely came and went. But I mean, you're a pianist that definitely has some pianistic tendencies, so, well, let's put it this way. I know as far as bass players, I know I'm doing most of the talking.
That's okay. I like it.
Bass players, I've found, I guess I can really take that. Most of the bass players can swing and play some kind of pocket, some kind of rhythmic type of accessible type.
You mean in Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia,
okay.
where I think no other place. Like Christian McBride, he can play straight ahead jazz, but he can play James Brown. I think all of the electric players here in Philly can swing. I think most of the upright players at least have some kind of awareness. I guess what I'm saying is the musicians here, there's more than just one thing. There's like several things that they can kind of do. I don't know, maybe if that's just my stuff.
I think I understand what you're saying. We're fortunate in Philadelphia in that we have and have had a lot of great musicians playing different types of music. So that if you listen, you can be influenced by all of it and still sound like nobody else. You can take something from the gospel, something from jazz, something from rhythm and blues, and still be unique with what it is you play. We're fortunate in that we do and have had those kinds of musicians. The ones that you mentioned, like Christian McBride, Charles Fambro, Jimmy Merritt, Spanky DeBrest, Arthur Harper, Mike Boone. I mean, there's a lot to choose from. You don't have to be put in a box and labeled and categorized, because being a musician, you have so much to listen to. You get so many different ideas from so many other people, and Philadelphia just happens to be one of those places that bred all these different types of people, and it's all good music. It's all good.
Yeah, I think it's funny just listening to you. That was the good answer. I didn't ask the right question, but you answered the question. So we'll figure out how to ask that. But just in thinking, I mean, a perfect example is like Vera Eubanks.
Oh yeah, I went to school with Vera.
Okay.
Yeah, Vera's great.
So I guess she comes from the church.
We should tell people who Vera.
Please, go ahead.
Vera's a pianist. She just happens to be the mother of some great musicians, Dwayne, Robin, and on television, and Kevin Eubanks. Vera and I went to school together, and Vera was totally classical piano player, I thought, but I'm sure that Vera's been playing this music since she was a kid too, and she is great. She's a great gospel piano player and a wonderful classical piano player. People don't know about her, but she's one of the people who have not been exposed, I'm quite sure, because of her choosing, not because of her. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.